Okay, welcome back to the channel. Role reversal day.
Role reversal indeed. Positions.
We're switching sides.
Hitting.
There's just, everything's going to be backwards.
Brought my club fitter with me today.
Yes, you're amateur, untrained
I don't know.
apprentice.
I don't know. I think you've been undergoing a pretty decent training regime over the last year.
Surely to God, some of it has been retained.
It has.
I've heard enough stuff. So, great idea you had while we were grabbing a little lunch. You said, why don't you try to fit me for a driver? I don't want to play this driver the way it is right now.
Yeah.
I need to switch up my driver. And not only that, you said, I'll play whatever you fit me to.
I'm giving you 1,000% autonomy on this one. I'm not going to give you input on the selections.
Nothing.
I'll give you input on what you give me.
Yeah.
I'll give you input on what I would like to see happen.
You're going to be a customer.
I'm going to play the role of the customer, and whatever you basically tell me to use today, whatever is the conclusion, I will 100% build it and play it.
Okay, so this will be great. So you're playing Callaway Rogue Sub-Zero?
And we were chatting yesterday. We were just going to go back and forward and some stuff, and I said, you know, I feel like it's time to change. I've liked this driver.
Yeah, you've had good times with it.
I've had decent times with it. At times, you know, I've actually felt like recently I can get caught out with a real low spinner with it.
We saw that when we were playing around with Pebble Beach Simulator Golf there. You lost a few that they looked like good swings, they sounded good, and the strike was maybe like a centimeter or two into the toe, and you really lost out.
Yeah, I felt like I could feel that high toe strike, and I would kind of get the snapper, and it would drop, you know, 800-900 RPMs.
It's way too much, right?
A lot, and I kind of felt the same way with 3-wood. So at some point, you know, we'll do something similar to the 3-wood because your
3-wood needs help, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Part of it is you've worked on your swing quite a bit. You're trying to get the handle a little bit lower, deliver a little bit more loft, get a little more neutral. So I think you've set that driver up, weight forward, low spin, degree down in loft. So it's playing 8. Like you were playing it to basically knock tons of launch and spin, which I don't think you really need anymore. Maybe to the same degree.
I think the idea was always, you know, to help the flight. Now I kind of feel like, and this might be the only teaser I do give, now I want a driver that helps the swing.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Different.
Very different. Yeah. So, we had a couple interesting conversations. You were talking to John, one of the other fitters, about helping his swing. So I think I have some idea of what you might be looking for, but it's going to be interesting.
This will be good. I'm looking forward to it.
So you have to go.
You got some baseline ones with this?
Baseline, yep, please.
I mean, I can't help but think that is exactly the shot we're just discussing.
I think it was.
Like that low kind of doesn't quite get high enough.
So your strike was actually below center, which should, in fact, stabilize it. 11 millimeters toe is not that bad at all.
Not too much.
And your spin axis is getting way left on you. Okay. Yeah, the drop spin way down.
That's exactly it.
Strike felt okay?
A little bit toe side.
Okay. So do you feel like you made 3 decent swings?
Yeah, and I'm probably being sort of unfair to the target in the sense that these aren't curving a crazy amount. Like that, look at that, I mean, that was okay, that one. But it's the start line because I'm trying to play a fade.
So do you think you hit up on it extra because the loft is so low?
Yes.
Because you're hitting 6+ up?
Yeah.
Do you think that the fact that it's 8
100%
or whatever is in your head a bit?
Into that. I think that's...
Because you're hitting up on it probably a lot. And to be honest with you, the last one you delivered only about 10 loft, which is not like you at all.
Yeah.
So that might play in your mind a bit, seeing not enough loft.
And that's it, isn't it? Spin loft.
And then maybe that's part of why you feel like you need to hit maybe more fade spin than normal because you don't see the ball rising.
Be interesting to see with a different driver that has different characteristics what we get.
What your results are.
Right, let me kind of play to a little bit to this, because if I was in the range and I tried to hit 3 cuts,
I
hit 3 draws, I'd go, okay, I'm drawing it today.
Okay.
So
show me a couple of ones that you would play on the golf course.
That's probably more the golf course, but it's still the same problem.
Healed it a bit?
No, it felt actually pretty centered.
Better?
Matty.
Okay. Okay. All right. I want to get you into something different to start. You ready?
Please.
You ready to trade that in?
I'm ready to trade that. Do you know what? And this is absolutely like, if I'd stood up here there and hit 5 like blister bombs,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, we would end the video.
13 launch, 2100 spin, I would have went, okay.
Like the reality is that your ball striking is very, very good. It's
Okay.
way better than mine. So for you to not feel like your driver's in control, there's an issue. Something
Yeah,
needs to be
I
done.
don't have control of the driver right now.
Okay. All right. Let's begin.
This is good.
All right. I have handcrafted something for you. M6. It's a 10.5 degree M6 head. And I thought that Raijin shaft, my thinking is you struck a lot high in the face that were not great, your worst shots.
Okay.
I'm wondering if maybe something that kicks a bit more
Yeah.
might move your strike down.
Okay.
You had one that you struck low on the face with yours that spun at like 2200. So I think
Yeah.
maybe that head in general might just be lower spin than you need.
Okay, my man.
See how it goes. Okay.
We've definitely got a little more spin, haven't we?
Stable, but it's kind of starting on the same line, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's interesting because you can see, like that was quite toy.
Yeah.
You can see.
Like I don't think you get away with that one with your driver, personally.
That's what's good. Like the amount of curvature is quite minimal. Like
Yeah.
on that shot. So let's straighten that out. And I
So
think
yeah, so
those
that-
could turn into some pretty like decent little. And the other thing is, Matthew, maybe I'm not swinging well to hit. Maybe I want to hit a fade, but I just can't right now.
But it's interesting to see what that swing produces. So
Yeah.
give me a couple of your, I guess more of the ones you try to pipe down the middle on the golf course, not trying to hit a fade.
So it felt like a bit of a better swing.
Okay. Strike was all right.
Yep. That was toy.
How's your timing feeling with that shaft?
Not bad. I feel like I'm okay.
Any red flags with it?
No, I wouldn't say I'm unhappy with the shaft at all.
Okay. Do one more. How's that strike?
A little toy, but I feel like I'm really getting away with these toe strikes.
You are.
I feel like
I wouldn't call it getting away. They're just pretty good shots.
They're good. They're playing into a very playable result. No,
11 millimeters toe is exactly what you did with one of yours, and you spun that like maybe 800 more. Your attack
Yeah.
angles stay basically the same.
Quite a lot different, isn't it?
Yeah, you're delivering a bit more loft, which makes sense because you have quite a bit more loft. You got 2.5 degrees more loft.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I achieved what I was trying to with that, but
Okay.
I want to switch you again. Great swing. How was your strike?
I really liked that. I really liked everything about that. I love the
driver makes
feel. I love the sound.
That sound is so good. So you were very, very, very slightly high and slightly toe, but basically I call that the center zone.
Yeah.
Swing, bud. How was that hit?
I mean, it was a decent hit. It didn't feel like my best swing.
Okay.
I kind of almost like felt like I maybe saved it a little bit with my hands.
Yeah, your strike's straight a bit.
Yeah. Club possibly got a little behind me on that one.
Okay. It's really not far off line.
No, it wasn't bad.
Okay, so that is maybe the best performing toe strike we've seen so far.
No question. I mean, in terms of the
Did
toe
it feel like crap
performance-
on your hand or not so much?
Yeah, I know I never made a
Felt
good
kinda
swing
stinky?
at that, but it was quite a quick one from a ball
Your
speed
ball speed was
perspective.
really good. Because you got 1.45, which we know is...
Every single one's been 145. That would be pretty close to the ideal little draw.
Yeah. Maybe your start line was a little left of what you
That's a
wanted.
shade, maybe.
That is your best fade swing so far.
Like that felt like a good swing. That must have been pretty straight.
It looked like you hit a 1 yard fade to me. Yeah, spin axis barely at all.
So look at that strike just shifted inward.
Look at your
That
angled
came
attack.
down. Like if I could deliver it 0 path 4 up,
Ooh.
that would be for me optimal.
So let me ask you then that swing,
Yeah.
because I know you tried to hit that. You tried to hit that with your driver a couple times.
Couldn't do it.
Tried to hit it with the M6 too.
Yeah.
I did not have a couple settings that I changed, so that's a bit open.
Yeah.
Weight is in the toe,
Toe.
but then the other weight is back, so that your spin stays up.
Right.
You think it's giving you a little more confidence to not lose it left?
It's just confidence because I'm visually like going, okay, good flight,
Yeah.
good flight. Like I know I'm feeling some things in my swing, but like I have confidence starting to flow because I'm seeing good results. So no, this is good.
Hit one more like that, and then maybe I'll I'll give you a little bit of a switch up to a different combo. Swing.
Yeah, that's more like the. And this is close.
That delivery feel good?
Yeah.
All right, let's table that for a minute because that was good. That was on the right track, I feel like. Good. Let's put that back here. So I think it's pretty clear that the last driver I gave you, M5 with the same shaft, moved your start line and your curvature right. Put it basically where it should be on the center line. But ball speed, if I remember you correctly saying you don't want to look at giving up 4 or 5 miles an hour ball speed. Some of it would be because your loft is lower, I'm assuming, but you would think we should be able to creep that back to 160.
See if we go into club data,
Yeah.
I think we'll see some big differences in swing speed.
Okay, so you were swinging a little faster with yours.
Yeah, I just like mine has a weight to it that I can time, and it allows me to be quite quick with it. I think that with the Ryzen, I felt like it being fairly light was kind of robbing me of where that club was, because efficiency on the M5, I can't
good,
fault that at all.
but less
145
speed.
was
Okay.
good.
So that gives me something to circle. I think I want to circle back to this M5 at some point.
Sure.
But before we do that, I'm going to give you another Callaway. So we'll go Flash Sub-Zero.
Okay.
Change the shaft to that IZ.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is one that you might like the feel of.
I healed that.
Okay.
Quite good for a heel strike though.
Very good. How'd you hit that one?
Actually, not too bad.
Yeah.
I feel like I towed it, but
Do you think it was
a bit
comparable to
quicker.
some of the ones you hit with M5?
Yeah, probably. I mean, looking at it, it actually felt worse. M5 felt more stable than it. I felt that head give a little bit there.
I think it definitely did. Your spin axis didn't do that before.
That's the one we're trying to avoid now. Looking at the speed, there was more club heads, and I feel like the weight of this one. That's where I feel like I can get that speed from.
Do you feel weight in the head, or you feel total weight?
I just feel it like
Balance
there.
point feels lower.
down, kind of. And they're hard for me to say if it's just
for
head,
sure, yeah.
but like I feel like it's kind of bottom third.
Remind me what swing weight your driver is usually. So like D5.
I have no fear of playing at D5,
Okay.
D6 even.
Show me another one with that one.
Something about this is...
Doesn't look like you're loving it.
No. I'm kind of not really finding it. That was probably the best swing I've made with this one.
Yeah, it looks a lot more aggressive, kind of flat looking.
It's interesting because the speed is back where we're,
Yeah, you've got your
we
speed.
talked about trying to get it. 162 ball, it's under reading the club head speed there,
Yep.
so I'm back at kind of 112, 113.
Yeah, but your ball speed's up. Okay.
So I think I like the performance of the head.
You do?
I think so. I'm not feeling the IZ for some reason. I'm not able
It's
to
not
quite
timing
find
well
the
for you?
IZ at the right. Even that one just didn't feel.
Well,
quite right.
your strikes were definitely a lot more consistent with the other shaft, weren't they?
Okay.
Okay, let's make a change then.
I do feel with that one though, if anything, I kind of have still that same feeling inside me, like, oh, this could go quite far. Oh, this could go quite offline.
I don't like that second shot, to be honest with you. The one that you didn't toe that bad.
Yeah.
Because to me, you got away with that before. You didn't get away with it there.
Right. Agreed.
I have a little theory. So you're going back to M5. I'm going by your feedback that wherever it went,
Honestly,
Rajan White was a little light for you, or a little bit out of time.
Rajan White was a fraction light for me.
Okay, so I've switched you into that Diamond
This
shaft.
is a tomahawk. This
Yeah.
feels like Thor's hammer.
Okay, so you're not an idiot. So
Sure.
I put extra weight in an M5, an extra weight in the port. Basically going by the fact that you seem to get more ball speed from yours because it's heavier, but you seem to hit M5 a lot better based on the configuration. So
I like where your head's at.
let's go for a little experiment, see what happens.
Oh, that's different. That's coming through in a whole different sort of feel.
So in your hands, obviously feels heavier. How did it feel through the swing?
Heavy, but I like heavy.
Overly heavy?
No.
Okay.
No, I like it.
Let's see a couple more.
That felt good.
Nice swing there.
Interesting though that M5 is just like it's consistently like 258, 258, 258. Doesn't want to go into the low 60s, does it?
No. That looked like a really good swing, no?
And I'm shocked the ball speed's that low. Like I'm shocked at that.
Yeah. So club speed was down a bit.
That's a misread for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I would think so.
Okay, so something's caused me to be more in the toe than really even I'm aware of, so maybe the weight.
Let me, because that was a bit of an extreme, putting the extra weight in, let me try to dial that back a bit.
Okay.
I've got an idea. How did the shaft
Felt
feel?
nice. Felt good. I could feel it and time it, and I loved the shot 2 and 3.
Yeah, I liked seeing the ball for you start just right of the middle line. All right, so I've got a bit of a theory. I was chasing heavier swing weight with that M5. I don't know that it went poorly, but I don't think that it was quite getting your ball speed back up. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with G410, which is heavier in the head.
Quite heavy, yeah.
Toe weight, opened it a bit for you, and I kind of want to see how you hit this shaft again.
Okay.
Diamond. I like the look of that.
Me too.
Whoa! How was that swing?
Okay. I feel like I hit it quite low in the head, but
Okay.
I feel like the ball speed and everything was
Yeah, it was a little low toe.
good considering. Yeah, the launch wasn't up as high as normal.
That's a lot of speed.
That was better. See, that's me. Like, see, when I try and smooth it out, I actually go faster and hit it way better.
Your timing is, well, you look like you're in sync there. Very well sequenced.
Interesting.
You haven't had a 162 since your own driver.
That's my old driver ball speed with the M5 performance.
Yeah, I think your spin was in a pretty good window there, 21-ish. Launch was good. Really good swing.
That should be a better AOA, like a more like that 4 number. I tried to shift it my left side much more.
Yeah, it was 4.5. Delivery is really good.
It's been the most consistent, hasn't it, on speed?
Your speed has been at 160 and above on all your good swings. How's your strike on that?
I mean, strike was probably okay. I didn't feel like it was the best swing. Yeah, see,
it's definitely the most consistent one you've had.
So that's a great result, and I know it's not the good swing because it's so much up.
Yeah.
That for me is like when I'm out of posture and I'm not down and sort of rotating through it.
All right, so with G410, I think it's clear that your dispersion was obviously a lot better.
Yeah.
You've retained the spin. I think probably 13 launches. You don't really want to be 14 launch, I don't think, based on what I can remember you saying. That's a bit high for you.
It's a bit high.
Bit high.
Yeah.
But 4 miles an hour ball speed is huge. So 10 yards in the air. I think the only drawback of M5 is that you lost a couple miles an hour ball speed.
Yeah, I felt quite safe with it. I just didn't feel fast with it.
Yeah. And there's no way you've lost any stability. That head is, if anything, probably more stable.
Oh, yeah.
And your misses were better.
Yeah.
So I would say M5 is probably, if I were to take the liberty to say, it's probably out of the running based on that.
It would be. Yeah, I wouldn't be prepared to lose that much.
Why would you want to lose?
No one would, I don't think. You know, to see it 4 miles an hour down.
It's quite a bit. Because I think even when we were hitting a few, you then wanted to catch it back up, and you had to swing so much harder.
Yeah.
That one you smoothed the few 162 ball speed, like you weren't even swinging hard.
No, it was really consistent at that number, wasn't it?
So compared to yours, 400 more, or about 470 more RPMs of spin, which I think you needed for sure. Obviously, dispersion was going to be a bit skewed because you tried to hit some fades, but that was clearly easier for you to hit a fade with.
Yeah.
And 8 yards in the air, just based on having, I guess, some more balanced flight.
I mean, it's interesting, Matty, because, you know, you may remember last year we tried to get into a ping. Remember that, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Remember that? And
you were hitting G400 LST
I wanted
for a while.
and I wanted to hit the max.
Well, yeah, that's right. So the
to
max was spinning too much for you.
Spinning like 3,000. Actually, it was just this wasn't. But this is lower, and it's, you know, a bit quicker.
Your highest spin with that, even when you kind of got a little bit of a low strike, was more like 2,500.
Yeah.
So it seemed like you got that in the right window. I mean, the question I'd have for you: are you comfortable with how the head looks?
Sure.
Like you like the shape and everything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a confidence builder, and I very, very quickly got over the action on top. And
yeah, it's the turbulators and
never really like it's just kind of like you're aware of it. You just doesn't really kind of go, oh, I don't like it or anything like that.
I mean, we can probably take it a bit for what it's worth because we know club head speed readings they differ between heads. I think you were basically swinging them about the same speed when I was keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
I would say 1 mile an hour difference between yours and this in ball speed is probably more to do with you getting the face shut on yours, delivering less loft and kind of squeezing them.
Very true.
It's probably the only, that'd probably be the only difference.
Yeah.
I would think. I don't think you're giving up anything. Show us a couple more nice smooth ones down the middle.
Okay.
Swing, bud.
Yeah, it just, you know what, Matty, it's very protective on ball speed, and it doesn't, I don't lose ball speed when I kind of hit it like that. I just spin it a bit more.
I was going to say, so if you didn't strike that, we have to say that the dot placement's a bit finicky in terms of where the strikes are. That does look dead center, but it sounded a little bit higher pitch to me.
Yeah, I mean, looking at those numbers, you know, 13,
looks like a low strike.
13 launch, like I don't know why it would spin at 2,600 if the spin loft was that low.
Yeah, so it probably was a little low on the head, but no, your ball speed retention's much better.
Okay.
So why don't we satisfy everyone, including you, and try a little F9
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I think, you know, and I get that from customers coming in here this year. It's like, okay, if you find a good one, how does that compare to F9? Because everybody knows it's quick.
Yeah. Well, as you've always said, you don't, if you were the customer and you were hoping that the fitter put F9 in and you just never did it, you might go home and be like, what's wrong with that guy?
Yep. Interesting.
Low strike?
Yeah, I think I hit it maybe. I don't know. Actually, might hit it actually okay, but just deliver high, delivered loft. I don't like it. I definitely don't like it. Nah.
Is it like
goes left? Wants to go left.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel as quick.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's interesting, eh? No, you don't look comfortable with it.
I don't like it at all.
It's not comfortable for you at all, is it?
Nah. No.
Does G410 must sit a lot more sort of neutral for you? Like it must sit kind of a little more open
neutral and just kind of like feels like it's coming in like that.
So
this one feels like it's coming in just doing basically that.
Yeah, I felt the exact same way. I think it's a really good driver, but I also felt like when I set it down, it looked kind of closed even though you had opened it. And when it came through, I felt like I was gonna hook it. So there's a comfort. It's funny, like you must get this like whenever you're fitting someone. You'll think that could be about the same.
I know.
We sat there and spec'd them.
Spec'd them to the exact head weight.
It's just not something.
Yeah.
I think if you were like someone who missed right and faded it, you might have had the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking more ahead to this club for you.
Yeah.
We didn't even start using the flat settings because we can't do it. But
true.
You could even probably go a degree flat if you wanted to, or if you're changing your delivery, you might put it back to neutral.
Yeah.
I think that just sits in a nicer kind of way for you.
I feel like with this one, I would need to make an interesting type of swing, like aim left and hold on to it.
Right, gotcha.
In order to sort of make it work.
And it's set way open. That's as open as it goes.
Like and that still goes left. That was a hold off.
You're trying to hit it way right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's short as well.
Interesting. Yeah, no, you weren't quite getting the same pop. Huh. I think it was worth trying, but it's not doing it for you, is it?
No.
You actually, you weren't
striking.
You weren't striking it as well. Well, I mean, you've probably hit about as many drivers as probably someone should in a fit. We've hit how many different clubs? We've hit about 5 different heads. I would say you're probably looking at something where you got a winner. What do you think?
Yeah, let's hit it again. Just
round it up.
Confirm we like it.
All right, we'll call this the confirmation, the confirmation part of the fitting.
Yeah. That was exactly what I was hoping to get out of a driver. Like something equally as quick, more stable. Like I know the confidence is in this one because it's so high MOI.
The spin protection against it hooking left.
Yeah. And I need to be honest, I need to make a mental note as well with that if I miss it, I will spin it and I need to suck it up.
It's true.
You'll be okay. That's what it is. Rather than missing it 2100, I'm going to miss it 2600.
All right, let's see a couple nice ones. Nice, bud.
Dude, honestly, I'd take that all day. That's my little kind of normal little draw.
It's perfect.
Yeah. $165.
That sounded really good. It might be your best of the session, you think?
I think so. In terms of like
kind of all around balance, you may have struck that like a couple millimeters lower than you might have wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
But that is really, really good. That was your fastest ball speed of the session as well.
165.
So say you struck that a slight bit higher, I would assume you lose a couple 100 RPMs, you probably pick up a couple more yards, but you want to bring your new driver over here there, customer? Oh. So the one thing I want to finish by asking you is, obviously fitting yourself is what you've been doing for years, many, many years.
Yeah.
Where would you have gone with the session? Give us like the Cole's notes of
where I would have went.
Where would you have gone first? We went M6 first. I went M6 first to go a little extreme because I know you always say that. Something way spinnier and way more stable.
Sure, yeah, you got to emphasize the point of the the change. You got to create the change.
Same with the shaft. I think I tried to move your strike, so I think that worked. And then M5 I think was a refinement of that.
Yeah.
And then M5 being a bit slow is how we ended up with G410. I'm not saying, I don't think you'd say that this is a slow head. It was slow for you.
Do you know what?
The quickest.
Here's where I think you nailed it. You went down in loft with a heavy head to create the ball speed.
Right.
Right. So,
with this one, right?
So the lower static loft with the heavier head was where you got all the ball speed. Okay. You went with a head with further back CG.
Yes.
And that also stabilized it, but also got you back into the launch and spin window that the other ones were creating. So you gave me balance and speed at the same time.
So this one, when I started, I was giving you 10.5 heads, opening them a bit, trying to, I guess, create spin from loft, and that probably is where we lost maybe a bit of the ball speed.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you can go lower in loft, and because the CG's further back, it's spun enough.
And I don't really like seeing loft as much as like I know we said at the top of the episode that I wanted to sort of have loft and lose it through the swing.
Yep.
I don't necessarily. I wouldn't mind actually just knowing that if I hit a stock when it'll go a bit high.
True.
And I've got to bring the flight down. Not so much about the loft. Nothing to do with what I need to do with loft. Just more what I need to do with flight.
Gotcha. No, you labeled a few shots that I think, especially when you got your swing exactly the way you wanted, those kind of 1-2 yard fades were perfect.
I know. No, that's good. And
would you have guessed G410? Like, what did you?
I mean,
maybe?
I would have hoped to try G410, M5. I would have said if M5 had the speed of G410, I would have went with an M5.
I agree with you.
If I could have found a faster M5.
Well, so the funny thing is the first few shots you hit, I was like, ooh, I'm doing a pretty good job. Like the ball was straightening out. But then I looked at the ball speed, I'm like, he's not going to like that because it wasn't enough, right? Like you're not coming in here to lose yards.
No,
You're not coming in here to lose yards at all.
Gain fairways, but no, I mean that's going to be.
So we'll see this in your bag.
That's going to be a fairway finder, and I think that's going to be at times. When I tried to get one with some more speed at the end there, it had a little bit more in it. And
165 ball speed was awesome.
It's not bad. Yeah, not bad. Tour average, and if I can sort of get working on things a little bit more, I think I can still get that up a little more.
You've got speed in the tank, I think.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Oh, thank you. Please pay for your session.
Swipe your card here.
Complimentary. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
Good experience.
Let us know how many of you thought that we were going to end up there.
Absolutely.
Probably not many. I don't think would have. I don't think anyone. And we done a little Insta teaser, but
there wasn't too many G410s in there.
There was a couple of LSTs.
Yeah.
A couple of LSTs, and there was no one guessed Diamant and BF, and I wouldn't have either. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not even sure how it came to my mind.
Do you know what? Sometimes you just kind of like you react. It's just instinct that go, okay, I need a bit of this, a bit of that.
There's only a handful of shafts that I know anything about. Luckily, I guess those ones seem to just be ones that you hit pretty well. Yeah. God help me if you tried all those shafts and you didn't like any of them. I would. Well, I guess that's.
I know. No, I mean I think straight away you got rising in my hands and that kind of got a bit of good feeling going. I started hitting some straight ones, and then when we put it in M5, it felt a bit light, so you reacted to that, and you done a
respectable,
great job. Right. No, he'll be phoning if one of the boys calling sick. That's for sure.
Well, I'll make it a weekend because I'll be asleep.
All right. Cool. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I certainly did.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That was fun, and that'll be my bag, and I'll be sure to update everyone. There'll be lots of on-course and indoor vlogs that we'll be doing.
You'll see that driver. Nice.
We'll be seeing that driver hopefully in the middle of several fairways.
Absolutely.
That'll be great. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon.